Last year, I made $622 just in interest, and today I'm sharing with you three things that we all should be doing in 2025 to set ourselves up for success moving forward. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and look at number one. In my opinion, the Roth IRA is one of the best investment vehicles that you can possibly use, especially if you're on the earlier end of your investment journey, just because everything grows tax free. Now, all of the money you're putting into your Roth IRA, you've already paid taxes on. So when you make your withdrawals, once you are at retirement age, you don't have to pay taxes on that money once again. But with all good things, there are some limitations. So let's jump right into those.
So, the first and most commonly known restriction of the Roth IRA is that there is a contribution limit. In 2025, that's going to be $7,000 if you are under the age of 50. And if you are over the age of 50, you get to add an extra $1,000 to make that $8,000 a year. Now, another restriction is you need to have earned income. So, if you don't make more than that $7,000 in a year, you can't contribute the full $7,000. For example, if you make $1,000 a year on your W-2, you can only contribute $1,000 into the Roth IRA. Another set of limitations with the Roth IRA is that there is an income limitation. So if you make less than $150,000 as a single or head of household filer, you do get the 100% contribution of the $7,000 or $8,000, but it does phase out over the next $15,000. So if you make more than $165,000, you do not get to utilize the Roth IRA. And then if you are married, you can utilize the Roth IRA up to having income of $236,000, and that does phase out over the next $10,000 to $246,000.
Every major brokerage is going to have a Roth IRA option, and the three that I would recommend and that I've personally used for regular investment accounts or Roth IRA are going to be Charles Schwab, where my current Roth is, Fidelity, or M1 Finance.
Now, according to Forbes, roughly 28% of Americans across all generations have less than $1,000 in personal savings, including emergency funds. And with number two, we are going to fix that for you. We are here on NerdWallet, and we're going to be going over what is an emergency fund and why you need one. So, an emergency fund is effectively a bank account where you're setting money aside for a large, unexpected expense, or just an unfortunate time where you do lose your job, or if your car breaks down, or you need to pay for unforeseen medical expenses. So, why do you need an emergency fund? You can read that for yourself, but realistically, an emergency fund is just acting as a temporary safety net, and this could be great for having peace of mind or just knowing that you have something to fall back on just in case any of those crazy things do come up. Now, on average, people will give you different answers for how much you should actually have in your emergency fund. I personally believe that you should have a minimum of 3 months worth of your expenses, and some people say up to 6 or even a year's worth of expenses. But personally, I think 3 months is a good buffer for you to have, and then you can work on maxing out your Roth IRA or just putting that money into additional investments. While building your emergency fund, I 1000% recommend you put this into a high yield savings account. And here's a handful of them that are listed on NerdWallet. Definitely do your own research and make sure that, they say member FDIC. Basically, this keeps your money insured up to $250,000. Just in case anything happens to the bank, your money is still safe.
If you're looking to max out your IRA as well as build that safety net of an emergency fund, and you want to do that quicker, there's a couple things that you can do that might be a little uncomfortable, but will definitely help you in the long run. Number one is getting a new job. You can take the skills that you've learned and apply to your current job, and typically will get somewhere between a 10 and 15% raise by going to that new job. But if you don't want to take on that risk, you can definitely expand your knowledge base in the field that you're currently working in, whether that's taking classes at the local community college or university, or using online tools such as Udemy to learn a certain craft that you can apply at your current job to be able to, ask for a raise and say, hey, I learned this skill. I'd like to get paid more to utilize that skill. As silly as it sounds, if you set one personal goal, that's something that you've been struggling with, whether it's, as simple as saving an additional $25 a month to make sure that you're doing that, or if it's doing the laundry once a week so you stay on top of it. By setting that one goal, you're going to just put yourself in a better headspace to be able to accomplish all of the other things that you're currently working on. And hey, if you make it another monetary goal, if it's maxing out your IRA for the first time, that's fantastic. But anything that you've been struggling with, I highly recommend picking something that you've actually struggled with, not something you necessarily want to do, but something you've identified as being something you struggle with, and then have your plan of action, and then just make that a weekly or monthly reoccurring goal to just continue to tackle it. And by the end of the year, hopefully you have mastered it, and that thing you struggle with is no longer going to be there, and you are a better, stronger person because of it. If you like the video, make sure to press the subscribe button so that way the YouTube algorithm will push this out to other people. So hopefully it can motivate them to max out the Roth IRA, make their emergency fund, and set some goals so that they can kick ass in 2025. Take care, everybody.